So process by using control edge builder, we can create configure a controller and we can add IOs, create a control modules, configure alarms, and we can make a logics. So this all data will be moved to the displays HMI. We can create a HMI. So this is like overall process. So here it's mentioned by using which tool, which operation can be done. Configuration Studio, by using Configuration Studio, this can be done. And Quick Builder with these operations can be done. Control Builder, this operation can be done. From Station and HMA Builder, this operation can be done. Okay. Configuration Studio. Okay, we will see next asset configuration. Okay. This all are like a configuration security, configuration, station configuration, control builder. Okay, let me run a video which will explain about the overview of this. Experion LX, which may provide a more details. Let me share again with audio.
Welcome to the Experion LX overview. This presentation.
Hope everybody can hear the audio correct from the this video.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
will discuss the basic functionality of Experion LX. Experion LX is a cost-effective open control and safety system that expands the role of distributed controls. It is a supervisory platform. It allows connection to the C300 process controllers. You can connect Experion LX to the Safety Manager controller for safety shutdown. Experion LX integrates closely with the Control Edge line of controllers, the Control Edge PLC, the Control Edge RTU, and the Control Edge UOC controllers. The UOC controller connects to Experion using CDA, which is the same native communication standard as the C300 process controller. Experion LX can also connect to third-party controllers. Experion LX can communicate over Ethernet or fault-tolerant Ethernet, which provides high availability to Ethernet nodes. Experion LX can be configured on two different platforms. There's an entry-level system that runs on Windows 10 that allows for 5 flex stations, 10 direct stations, 8,000 process points, 4,000 SCADA points, and 50 SCADA controllers. There is also a high-capacity system that runs on Windows Server 2016. It can facilitate 15 flex stations, 15 direct stations, 10,000 process points, and 50,000 SCADA points. You can also have 999 SCADA controllers. You can review the specifications in the documentation for more differences between the entry-level system and the high-capacity system. This is a basic layout of the Experion LX architecture. We will start off with the Experion redundant servers. These optionally redundant servers' primary function is to collect data from field elements and other participating servers and provide that data to operations. These servers also record history and events, exchange data to other Experion servers over CDA, can perform OPC server and client functions, provide operational data to flex stations, manage the Experion licensed environment, and much more. The next node I will discuss is the flex station. The flex station has provided all of its data from the Experion server. It is an economical HMI interface. The Experion console station has a direct connection to the C300 and UOC process controllers. It does not rely on the server for this data. Normally, the console station will receive its SCADA data from the server. The Uniformance Process History Database is a server that has a real-time data interface to the Experion server. It collects predetermined historical values for long-term historical storage. The PHD allows for more efficient trending since you do not have to pull data from the Experion server. Next, we will cover the Series 8 C300 controller. The Series 8 C300 is one of the process controllers for Experion LX. The C300 communicates over native Honeywell CDA, over fault-tolerant Ethernet, which is a high availability, redundant control network. The C300 is configured entirely inside Experion LX. There is no need to rely on another piece of software to configure your logic. The C300 controller can communicate with Field Bus interface modules and Profibus gateway modules. The SIM C300 environment can be used to build and test control strategies without the need of a physical controller. This can be performed in the Experion LX server or a standalone server. If you use it in a standalone server, you can export the strategies and import them into your Experion LX server. The Control Edge family of controllers, including the Control Edge PLC, the HC900, and the Control Edge UOC, are closely integrated with Experion LX. There are tools that are integrated into Experion to streamline the addition of these controllers. There are other servers that you can connect to the Experion LX architecture. The eServer allows for a secure connection to the Experion network from outside of your DCS network. The Experion LX server has the ability to read HART data from field transmitters. However, to write configuration back to those field transmitters over the HART communications, you will need a Field Device Manager or FDM server. Experion LX has a high availability network available called fault-tolerant Ethernet. This allows for 4 passive communications to your servers, stations, and process controllers. You can even add fault-tolerant Ethernet to non-Honeywell PCs. Let's talk more about fault-tolerant Ethernet. Fault-tolerant Ethernet is a patented Honeywell technology. It consists of 2 networks that run redundant. There is no single point of failure, since there are redundant switches and redundant Ethernet cabling, as well as redundant NIC cards in all the devices. It only utilizes off-the-shelf hardware. Fault-tolerant Ethernet is fully redundant for C300 and UOC process controllers. The fault-tolerant Ethernet application is completely transparent to applications. It can be installed on non-Honeywell machines without the risk of interfering with non-Honeywell applications. All of the cabling configured for fault-tolerant Ethernet can be monitored by the Experion LX server. Fault-tolerant Ethernet can be installed on any Windows node. There are 4 passive communications over fault-tolerant Ethernet. As shown here in the top left, there is an A to A, an A to B, a B to B, and a B to A connection. Fault-tolerant Ethernet will choose the appropriate connection over these paths. If you wish to install fault-tolerant Ethernet on a Windows machine, ensure that you use an approved network interface card. Experion LX uses Distributed System Architecture, also known as DSA. DSA allows for the distribution of data, alarms, history, events, and security over multiple Experion LX servers. Let's say you have a point that originates in location C. The location C LX server will automatically create a dynamic cache for that data. If an operator sitting at a different location with a different Experion LX server, such as location B or location A, requests data from location C, it is then transferred from the originating cache, location C, to the requesting machine's dynamic cache over DSA service. This allows personnel sitting on a network with an Experion LX server to request data from any other network with an Experion LX server that is connected through DSA. Experion LX servers, also known as engineering stations, are the core machines to the Experion LX network. These Experion servers maintain the global real-time database, also known as the RTDB. This is the live database for operations. The Experion LX server is optionally redundant. As mentioned before, it can be built on 2 platforms. either an entry-level Windows 10 server or a high-performance Windows Server OS server. The Experion LX server can act as a short-term historian, storing historical parameter values. I say short-term historian because the Experion LX server has a finite hard drive space. At some point, that historical data must be archived to keep from filling up the Experion server. The Experion LX server maintains all of the Experion LX licenses. If you wish to add more stations, or if you wish to add more options to your Experion license, you only need to change it on the Experion LX server. The Experion servers handle all distribution of data across the system over DSA. The Experion servers use open standard hardware. A list of approved servers is made available. Now we will talk about the Experion console stations, also known as direct stations. Console stations have a direct connection to process controllers such as the C300 and UOC controllers without the need of an available Experion LX server. In other words, it does not rely on Experion LX server for processed data. Like the server, it is also based on open standard hardware. Unlike the console station, the Experion Flex Station does receive all of its data directly from the Experion server. It can be installed on most Windows platforms, including tablet PCs. It can have static or rotary license. A static license is dedicated to each machine, while a rotary license can be shared amongst multiple machines. This is a cost-saving measure when purchasing Honeywell licenses. The Experion Flex Station is the most economical option for operational stations. It also uses open standard hardware. Here's an example of how process communications, like that from C300 and UOC, are transferred to the Experion LX server and stations. Experion LX servers have a direct connection to process controllers. Experion Flex Stations receive their process and SCADA data from the Experion LX server. Experion console stations receive their process data directly from the C300 and UOC process controllers. However, their SCADA data must still come from the Experion LX server. Having a fundamental understanding of the Experion databases is key to understanding the Experion LX ecosystem. While there are many databases in Experion LX, these 4 databases are the most important to understand. The real-time database is the live database that the primary server uses to exchange data with other servers, stations, and controllers. This is the key database for operations. The EMDB Enterprise Model Database is the offline database that the server uses to store assets, alarm groups, server, and network configuration. It is not essential for operations, but is essential for configuration. The ERDB, or Engineering Repository Database, is an offline database that Control Builder uses to store process configuration, control modules, and sequential control modules. It is not essential for operations, but is essential for process control configuration. The Quick Builder database is the offline database that Quick Builder uses to store SCADA configuration and points. The QDB, ERDB, and EMDB all download to the real-time database for operations. For the purpose of applications, let's see how the 4 databases interact. Remember that the real-time database is the only database essential for operations. When configuring Experion assets or adding DSA servers, they are created in the EMDB database. The EMDB database is then downloaded to the real-time database for operations. When configuring process controllers, such as the C300 and UOC controller in Control Builder, you are configuring in the ERDB database. The ERDB database is then downloaded to the real-time database and the controllers for operations. Control Edge RTU and PLC are configured in Control Edge Builder and then can be published to the Quick Builder database in Experion. The HC900 is configured in HC Designer, and then the data can be transferred to Quick Builder in Experion. Non-Honeywell controllers have to be configured in their native software and then can be mapped to the Quick Builder database in Experion. FlexStation and report printers are also configured in Quick Builder. The Quick Builder database is then downloaded to the real-time database for operations. The application that operators use to interface with field parameters is called Station. Station does not have a database between it and the real-time database. When an operator is in Station, they are interfacing directly with the real-time database. The enterprise model is a framework that can be used by engineers, operators, and applications to model and view their plant or process. The enterprise model replaces the flat area-based structure of legacy systems. In other words, this is the framework that makes up Experion. We will start off with the system model. The system model represents the boundaries of your system. You build your system model by defining the servers that are part of your Experion system. The asset model defines the scope of responsibility for operators and other users. It manages alarms, it organizes points, displays, and reports. Points are assigned to assets, and assets are assigned to operators. The alarm group model defines alarm groups. It views aggregated alarms for those alarm groups. Essentially, you can group alarms together for operations. The last thing is the network tree. The network tree is a graphical view of the nodes on your network, which can be viewed on the system status display. Let's dive just a little deeper into the asset model. Assets are used to assign points to people or stations to determine scope of responsibility. An asset represents a physical item or area in your facility. You must first build assets in Experion LX before you can download your points to the real-time database. The order of operations will be, first you must define your asset model. Then you build your points and assign them to assets. Finally, you assign the assets to operators or stations. You will see here on the right an asset tree. You will see that the assets represent physical areas or objects in the plant. Assets can also be used to assign graphics, reports, and alarm groups. You can also use assets to suppress alarms. Configuration Studio provides a central location from which you can configure your Experion system. The individual tools required to configure parts of your system are launched from Configuration Studio. It is a one-stop shop for all your configuration needs in Experion LX. In Configuration Studio, there is the System Definition and Configuration tool. It is used to define the equipment included in Experion System Status Display. In order for PCs and nodes such as switches to be monitored, they must be added to the System Definition and Configuration tool. It also allows for the common configuration of multiple nodes. Now we will talk about the key applications of Experion LX. We will start off with Quick Builder. This is where you configure flex stations and printers. When configuring stations, you must decide the station type, static or rotary. Remember, this is how the license is applied. Static is a dedicated license, while rotary is a shared license. You also will determine the security type. Is it station-based or operator-based? What you're stating here is, do the assets get assigned to a machine, or do the assets get assigned to a person? The last part of configuring a flex station is customization. You will customize the flex station in the station application. This customization will determine how many windows you use, the layout of menus and toolbars as well as your keyboards, the display path, external HTML interaction, as well as the appearance of station. When configuring station, an INI file is created. This INI file can be copied to other stations for quicker configuration. Quick Builder is also used for SCADA connections. When connecting to SCADA devices, you must first define a channel. How do you communicate with this controller? Is it serial, Ethernet, or a terminal server? You will then define the controller. You will determine the database type that is in that controller. You can also create alarms to determine if the controller has communication issues. You will then build points in those controllers. In those points, you will map to your PV, output, set point, and mode. You can also map tuning parameters. Points will also let you set up history and allow you to do scripting. Before you can download your points, you must assign them to assets. There are other tools in Quick Builder, such as equipment configuration. This allows you to build multiple instances of the same configuration. You can also configure electronic flow meters.
So this is all about like introduction of the Experion LX. Okay, let's move to Config Studio, the next session. Let's quickly go through the installation before Config Studio. Okay, so these all are the installation procedure. Uh, First, we need to select the OS and the hardware and the FT NIC cards and the install kits. These are the requirement and the license for the installation. Okay, these are the pre-installation task disconnect from the network, turn off the automatic updates. These are the settings we needs to do before installing the Experian LX. So turn off the automatic updates, disable the antivirus, set up the screen resolution, configure visual effects, adjust the performance. So the settings need to be done. Configure the power option, okay, and disable auto disk defragmentation, disable the fast user switching. We need to configure the NIC properties also, like assign the IP address. So when the lowest MAC address, we have to assign the IP address. Okay, turn on the SNMP service, turn on network discovery for all public network, turn on file sharing. Just a second. Okay, so assign the IP address for the lowest MAC address. So these are the services which we need to turn on. Then speed should be 100 Mbps with full duplex. Okay, and large send offload for IP4, we have to set this configuration. Large send offload, receive side scaling to disable, and the jumbo MTU to 1500. So these are the operating system which is supported Windows 10 Enterprises 2019 LTSC. Okay, embedded server 2019 standard or 2019 data center OS for virtual machines. So this is the minimum requirement for hardware. A RAM should be when you are going with a standard capacity 8 GB, high capacity 16 GB, okay, and high capacity to 20 GB. Okay, minimum available should be 20% memory. So networking should be 1 Gbps or 100 Mbps Ethernet. Video resolution is this is the recommended 1024 into 760. Okay, video RAM should be 8 MB. For when high capacity should be 16 MB. So these are the operating systems. When we go with the standard capacity, we can go with the Windows 10, or high capacity, we can go with the Windows 2019 Server OS. So browser type supports yeah, Internet Explorer 11. This is the hard disk size 500 GB, 500 GB, which is recommended. So these all are the hardware types which is already qualified and which is recommended. So there is a matrix available. with a qualified hardware. Okay, installation can be done via DVDs or ESIS. DVD is nothing but we can replace the DVD one by one, swap the DVD. ESIS is like in network share folder, all the DVDs will be copied by using the network path, map the path, and we can start installation. So in this case, we no need to swap the DVD. Automatically, the DVD's content will be taken from the network share path. So this is the license file which will be required for installation. So these are the user guides which talks about the system preparation. Windows installation on Honeywell qualified platform. Install the Honeywell embedded Windows. Install OS with the Honeywell embedded Windows license. Uh, will automatically set up hardware settings and a driver for the NIC cards. So when we install Honeywell qualified platforms, so the Honeywell embedded Windows will set up automatically do this hardware settings and the drivers for NIC cards. For a non-Honeywell qualified platforms, we need to install manually operating system, and we need to install the hardware and drivers manually. So FTE configuration also we need to do it manually. To NIC cards, we need to ensure the two NIC cards with compatible with Experian, and manually we need to configure the NIC cards. So before a pre-installation task, disconnect from the internet, and we need to connect to the ESIS share folder. From ESIS share folder, we can start the installation. Okay, disable the antivirus before installing it. Copy the license. Do the FTE adapter configuration. So these all are like a link speed and a duplex should be like 100 Mbps full duplex. So jumbo packet should be disabled. Receive state scaling and verify this should be disabled. These all are like both the cards. And for Broadcom adapter uh, in IPv4 checksums offload, ensure the value is set to RX and TX enabled. These are all NIC card properties we can go and see. Like sorry, not here. So here these all are the settings are available. So when we see the jumbo packet should be disabled, and we can make a speed and duplex should be 100 Mbps full duplex. So these are the changes is recommended during installation of the LX. So this is they are telling this will be like 100 Mbps full duplex. These all are okay. When it is a Broadcom adapter, these are the settings we need to do. For Intel adapter, so a large send offload settings should be disabled. So once the three steps are completed, we have to do uh, installation user. So normally during installation, HPS install account will be automatically created. Okay, while first restart of the installation, and automatically the server will log in while using the when the server is rebooting during the installation, automatically it will log into this HPS install account, and the account will be disabled once the installation is completed. In case any installation is failed, so if there is a pop, if it is recommended to reboot or any interrupt, so once server is restarted, we need to manually we need to log into the HPS install account. Okay, so by default, the password will be like a computer name with the uppercase, and this is the $1P, $1G is the use password for this HPS install account. This account will be automatically created before starting the installation, and end of the installation it will be disabled. So this is the example of the when if we have a server name like this. Okay, So this is the installation procedure. During installation, it will prompt what type of installation you want to do. Like Experion, this is the engineering station, e-server, okay, simulation environment, a direct station, flex station. A direct station is nothing but console station. And if you want to do any optional feature, you can add it here. By selecting, you can add an optional feature. So here is only we are selecting which node we are going to install. So here we have to copy paste the license. This is the next prompt. Here, if you want to do add on any packages, we can select the custom and we can select the additional packages. If we leave it for typical, then it will be, so typical will go with the default installation. Okay, if you want to add any other packages by selecting the custom, we can add it. So these all are the options. These all are the accounts will be created during installation. So we have to provide the password for this. Better to provide a same password for all the accounts, which we can remember easily. Once installation is completed, in this path, program files, Honeywell Experian PKS, one text file will be created by product version. So here we can see what is the latest version is installed under date and time. This is plus plus symbol is indicating it is installed. If you uninstall any packages, it will come like a minus equal to. Okay. And here additionally, if you install any top of the installation, any patches, so patch number also will be displayed added in this product version. So this is the text file. There we can see what are the packages are installed in this server. So this is called a product version. So these all are the post installation tips. Mux access the FT Mux and assign the FT Mux. Okay, my FT index. Okay, may require a restart. So Windows defragmentation on server console should be manual or it should be kept as a schedule for maintenance activities. Basically, it should be disabled. Okay, and when we do these changes, it will be request for a reboot or run it after services are stopped. Okay, so this can be accessed from this path. So schedule the antivirus based on the requirement. Generally, it will be scheduled on the late night or late evening or weekend days at plant side to avoid when system is taking more process during the scanning time, then it will affect the process. So it will be scheduled in the uh, weekdays or late night. Add a server to the domain if it is required and the host file. So this is the important thing which we need to do. Once installation is done, we have to add all the devices to all nodes to the host file to establish the communication. So this is the standard format. Like a server is like a standalone server. When we have a primary server, redundant primary server, server A. Okay. So this is the location A0 means this is talking about a LAN ID, I think. LAN ID link 0. Okay. So here it will be given like a server A, server B. So this is like a redundant server configuration. So flex station. So this is like a link 1, link 0, link 1 server. So this is the naming, the syntax for adding to the. Here we have to provide the IP. Okay. So these are the syntax for adding into the host file. So we can enable the sign-on manager to by if required during custom installation. So this all are ESI setup. This no need. Okay, this is all about the installation. Okay, next we move on to configuration studio. So in Experion LX or Experion a family, like a configuration studio is the one-stop application for Experion configuration. So from configuration studio, all the configuration tools are integrated. If you want to do any configuration for the Experion, we can launch a config studio and we can do it. Okay. So it links automatically to the Experion configuration application, access to all servers in configured system, and a password protected for prevent unauthorized access. So this is a location where we can launch the configuration studio. It asks for a password. So when we launch a config studio, it will prompt for two types of connection. One is Experion server level connection and Experion system level connection. So let's see in the server directly. So from here we can launch a config studio. Sorry, it's a VM. It's taking long time to launch. So when you launch a config studio, okay, it will prompt for a server level. You are going to connect to the server level or system level. Okay, so what is the server level like? For example, we have seen like a figure. If on plant, if we have a 3 to 4 different areas, each area we have a set of servers, and that will be connected in the same network. Okay, like a DSA, if we see like different areas, we have different servers. So what will happen? If you want to do any engineering activity, if you use server level connection, so all three servers you cannot connect at a one time. So you have to connect individually one by one server when you are using Experience PKS. Okay, Experience server option. So when I select this, time being, I'm just showing you HS server, because these all are the common, whatever I am explaining now are common for Experion LX, HS and Experion PKS. Okay, so I'm using HS server here. So when I'm going to select the server option, okay, it will connect only the particular server which is selected. So if I select the server level connection, so I can connect only one server and I can access the uh, configuration parameters of only that particular server. Okay, whereas if I go with a system level connection, so initially this will be mentioned as a system name. So this I have changed. And when you are selecting the server, just by selecting this property, we can ensure we are going to connect proper exactly what which server we want to access. Okay, this is the server which I want to access, and this is the IP address, and this is the installed version here. Okay, so that I am selecting here, and connect. Similar way, when you are selecting system level, we can use it here. So now I am doing a system level connection. So what we are seeing is for configuration properties for the particular server. So now I have connected to the system level. Initially, this is not the name. It will be named as a system name. Okay, we can rename by using this option. We can rename this like a. Can give any name here. When we change the name, it will prompt for a download. It is not prompted. Maybe we can download it. Not sure it is getting failed. Okay, let's see. So um, under the server, we can. So right now this is initially this will be not there. Okay, initially it looks like without added any server. So in this what where we are doing configuration. So this also part of server, right? So first we need to add the server here. Here we can give any name. Okay, and this one we can. So this is not external. This is a local server which we see in the server level connection. So it is an internal server. It is not external. So it is a non-publishing server. So here we have to provide the server name. When we are doing this, we have to provide server name without A or B. Okay, and it is a redundant server. So if we remove add RP, we have to configure here. It's check this option. Okay, so now I am adding the local server here. The same procedure we have to do for DSA configuration. Apart from this configuration, we have to do some asset assignments. Okay. So I have added once local server in this system level configuration, and I have downloaded. So now I can see the properties or configuration tools, the same tools which were available in the server level connection. The same option available in the server level connection, but here additionally under server we have got this option. So here what will happen in server level connection, we can connect to only one server at a time. But in server level connection, in system level connection, we can add a multiple server if we have a multiple areas. So now I am going to add a. I don't have really this server, but I am just showing how to add it. So I have a, this is the area 1 server. I have a area 2 server. So I can add it here. Okay, if I'm going to provide the Experion LX, say redundant server or not redundant server, I can do this. So if I have another server also, I can add like this. Take some time. Okay, now it is added. Can download physically. I don't have this server. I'm just created a dummy server to show you. If you have any physical server available in our network, we can add it here. So the advantage here is we can do engineering activity by selecting all the servers from here. But whereas a server level connection, we can connect individually one by one server. So this is the one advantage. And here we can, by adding the server, by use this is the method for a DSA distributed system architecture. So similar when we do DSA configuration, we have to add all the servers here. And additionally, there are some other steps to be performed. KT saying could not establish the communication because the server is not available. That's why. Okay, if it is server is available, automatically it will be downloaded successfully. So these are the those two option connection. So these all are explaining about this. Okay, config studio will automatically log in when the user account is the login user account is part of product administrator. Okay, system name. Okay, this is what it is saying. Like initially it will display like this. We can rename as per our convenient. Okay. So we can add a server. First, we need to add the local server. This and all we can do as per our convenient the name. Only here we have to provide the exact server name. So if server is the redundant, then only enter the root name of the server without A or B. Okay, and we have to select this option. So these are the settings checkboxes are available. So once the server is added, it will prompt for the download. So once it is done, it will be added in the server. So this is called as a EMDB. Whatever we are doing here is a EMDB. In this EMDB, we can do like a asset configuration also. Let me show you where we can do asset configuration. Okay, by selecting this, we have option for configuring the asset. So from here we can create. So when we are create, it will be considered as a parent asset. Set one. And all no need. By when we are creating a parent asset, by default it will be selected. So under parent asset, if you are going to where is that asset? Okay. Under parent asset, if you are going to create a new address, it will prompt optional whether you can create a directly assignable or we can remove this checkbox. So we can create a child asset. Once we create, we can download it. We will briefly we see about the what is asset and what is the purpose of this. So we can create and we can do it here. Okay. So whatever we are doing, setting changes here. So this all will be saved in the EMDB database. So even we can do network configuration. In network, if we have any switch, okay, we can add it here. So any device switches, the server already added. So any devices we can add it here. Okay, firewall or any switches. Okay, that if we add it here by using SNMP protocol, uh, we can read all the diagnostic of the switches. Okay, so these are the configuring asset by selecting this. Okay, we can configure the alarm groups. Even we can do the alarm groups configuration the similar way like a asset. We are having option here for configuring the alarm groups. So the purpose of the alarm groups is like a, um, when you create alarm groups, okay, we can add suppose uh, we have a one areas flow flow we are reading some flow data. So if you have a like a 4 to 5 data, if you want to group it, okay, we can create alarm groups and we can group all the tags here. Okay, once we have grouped here and we want to download it, okay, this alarm groups and the parameter what we any tags enter this alarm groups can be monitored from the station. See, these are the alarm groups. So we can group the tags which we need to say, like a flow means all flow tags can be grouped and we can create an alarm group and a temperature. Okay, then by selecting this, you can see what are the alarms are there at one shot. So once you grouped it, by selecting this, you can monitor the particular group, any alarms is there or not for all the tags. So time being, I don't have any alarms. So what it's showing. So under A1 temperature, I have a A2 pressure tag, but I don't have any alarms. A1 temperature, I have this many tags, signed integer and unsigned integer. Okay, so this is showing like a signed integer and unsigned integer. So okay, so when I created this alarm group, I have assigned the asset area one asset. So under area one asset, what are the tags are there? It is showing the alarms. So this is the area two plus tags. Okay, so we can group the parameters and we can view at one shot by selecting the alarm groups. So these are the options from the configuration studio. This is like a server option, view server license details. So by using this server level connection, but under the server, we can do like a flex station, build a flex station, okay, configure flex station, console station, okay, and server wide settings, we can do it from here. We can build a printer, okay, by using quick builder, we can create a channels, controllers and points, and by here we can configure the recipes, okay, configure the trends and groups. So this is all about the configuration studio. Okay. Next we will detail, we'll see about the asset. Okay, Experian asset is the Okay. So experience asset it's representing the physical location of the plant. For example, if you have a plant, so this area one is like a plant. Under area one, we have a two different process. So train one and train two. Okay, under train one, we have a two different process. Under train two, we have two different process. Okay, so for representing that logically, we are creating a assets. So area one, which is representing the area one plant area. Under plant area, train one, train two. Under train one, we have a filter one, utility one, train to filter to utility two. So the similar way it will be created here like in asset area one. Under area one is the parent asset. Under area one, train two will be created as a child asset. Under train one, this two is creating filter one, filter two. So this is the physical representation of the uh, plant. Okay, sorry, logical representation of the plant. Okay, so why we are doing this, we will see. Okay, experience. Okay, it's talking about HS, but it's included is similar for LX also. Database asset is a database entity. Okay, it represent a particular physical item in the enterprises, like a represent a plant, equipment, or a particular facility, or maybe a production line. The idea of the asset model is that represent the physical layout of the production. Okay. So this is the example which we saw earlier, like in plant, if we have a two different production line, filtration and precipitation. So under filtration, we have a train one and train two. So train one also we have a utility one, filter one, train two having utility two, filter two. In second production line, we have a train three and train four. Under train three, we have a boiler one, tank one, train four, boiler two, tank two. So this is one small example which we have taken. So example, this is you can take this as a plant. Under the plant, we have a area one and area two. It can be like a refinery in PPE, aromatic, or some two different areas. So under in area one, we have a train one, train two. So each train, both the train are having two different process areas like a filter one to utility one, filter two, utility two. So when we are going create a tags for uh, reading the value from the field, like FI indicates flow indication, pressure indication. Okay, this is the pressure. Again, temperature indication, pressure, pressure. Okay, so level controller, pressure, temperature. So these all are the tags which is reading from the field. Okay, in controller, we are creating these tags to identify these tags or belongs to which area. So each tags will be assigned to the asset. Can show you one of the quick builder. Sorry, I'm getting some noise. Any query or okay. So from here, by selecting control strategy, we can launch a quick builder by selecting any of this option. So this is SCADA communication, and we have created a many points. Points means nothing but a tags to read a value from the controller, third-party controller. So in all the points, if you see, we can assign the asset. So these are a dummy which I created. I can show you here. I have assigned the asset area one. So which means this tag or a point is belongs to area one. Okay, under area one, it can be anything like a if we want to train one, filter one, even we can assign here. So this tag reading value from the filter one to represent it is reading from the filter one. We are creating the asset based on the physical location. So once we create a tag, so the tag is belongs to which area. So we have to assign the particular asset here. Okay. Once we done this, we can save it and we can download it. Similar way, when we create a C300 or a UOC controller points, there also we have a option to assign the asset. Okay, we can assign the asset here. I can show you. So this is a C300 controller. When I am creating only one CM, I can create on new CM. So here also we have to select the asset. So which means when you are doing each and every configuration, that should be related with any of the asset here. So that operation or tag is belongs to which area. We need to assign that area. So that's what we have a logical representation of the physical area of, okay, of the plant. So this all tags will be assigned to the particular area. So what will happen uh, if you assign, then when alarm is generating based on this flow. Suppose if this flow, this is a flow with reading flow from any of the devices or transmitter. Okay, so what will happen like if it is creating any alarm, the alarm will be generated with this filter one, okay, tag name. So then we can operator can easily identify there is a problem in the filter one area flow. Okay, similar way when this is generating any alarm pressure, okay, then it will alarm will be generated with this asset name. Then the operator can easily identify this alarm is generated from the which area. Here, this is the location tag which I already created like a utility one. These all are the assets. So when alarm is generating, okay, if you see the live values is going here, I have a limitation for alarms. So trip value, when it is cross the trip value, it will generate the alarm. When alarm is generating, it will give the asset name also. So based on this, we can easily identify this alarm is belongs to filter one. Okay, and this is the one of the purpose for this asset. Then we can see there are by using this asset we can define the scope of the responsibility for uh, flex nodes that we will see it later. So we already saw when we creating the assets, it can be like a assignable or non-assignable. Okay, when we select the assignable, we can assign to the any of the tags or any of the operator or any of the station. If it is non-assignable, then we have to use the parent asset above the asset. We have to assign that particular asset to the particular station or tags. Here we have like this is the example. This is a flow tag which is created for reading the flow from the field. So this is mapped with the filter one. So when flow is having the any alarm, it will come with the filter one tag name. Similar way pressure. Okay, so this is what it's explaining here. So FI010, FI301, okay, it is assigned to this asset. Okay, and when alarm is generating, it will be coming in this asset name. Assets are defined as directly assignable or non-assignable. Non-assignable assets will have the same assignment as their parent asset. So highest level assets are default assignable, cannot be changed. So point association. So these are the points. Points are associated with assets. Assets are associated with, okay, asset association for FI 301. So this is a path of the asset. So this point will be directly referenced with the asset. So points also referenced within asset model using the item name and fully qualified assets path. So there are some points which we can unassign. We no need to assign the tags. So any tags without valid asset assignments are grouped into the unassigned tags. Okay. So this is the asset creation, how to do. Okay, if it is a assignable, then it will be coming with this checkbox or down arrow. And if it is a non-assignable, then it will be coming with like a half intensity and a no or drop down or pull down, not directly assignable. So just explaining this. Okay. So these all are assignable versus not assignable. This is talking about like when we have any operator configuration or station configuration. So we can assign particular assets to the particular operator or particular station. So that operator or station can view only a particular asset related alarms. Suppose if you have area 1, area 2, if you assign only area 1, so that operator can see only area 1 related alarms, they cannot see area 2 related alarms. So this is the assignment area. Here they are talking about whether assignable or non-unassignable. So when it is not assignable, then we can assign the top above the level of the asset here. So this is again assignable. Okay, asset model is scope of the responsibility. Asset mod can be partitioned based on directly assignable assets or shaded options. In blue is one. Okay, so these are like a directly assignable. Okay, these are like another assignment. Train 2 is one assignment. Train 1 is another assignment. Now giving instead of giving a 7 access to the 7 asset, so access to train 1 and train 2. So instead of assigning all individual assets, so we can give directly train 1 asset or train 2 asset. So this all will be covered here. So the asset maximum number of assets will be allowed in the EMDB is 8,000. Okay, maximum number of assignable items in the system, including assignable assets, are 1,000. 10 level of assets are possible, like a parent, child, child 1, child 2. So enterprises Okay, if you want to create a many points, okay, like you can create one sample point and you can right click and duplicate it. So when you doing this, it will ask how many points you want to create. Okay, you can provide the number of points, and if you want to change the name, either prefix or suffix, or you can totally you can change it. Okay, you can provide the based on our convenient here. Similar way, once all the points are created, then once you select all the points, the common parameters can be visible here. You can do the configuration. Okay, and specific to the particular point, then you can select individually and we can do the configuration. Similar way, if you have a points, this can be copy and pasted in the Excel sheet. Copy and paste in the Excel sheet. So it will come like this, and you can drag and drop, and you can change the name, and you can again copy and you can paste it in the quick builder. You can all the points will be created. Okay, let's see in here how to do it. So this is a one point. Okay, let me try to create. So first we can create one sample point and right click duplicate. So number of point you want to create. Let me give 3. Okay, so this is the name. Okay, I don't want to go with the same name, so I'm giving a different name. Okay, so now suffix will be like a I am giving. Click OK. So it is created a 3 point with a 1101 triple one 121 something like that. Okay, so when you select all, it will provide the common configuration parameter. You can do all the commonly you can configure it here. And when you want to select individually, okay, you can assign the assert here. Okay, something you can give all the options. PV source will be like you already created the controller and channels. So you can assign here controller and which controller you want. You can assign here. So you can check here individually. All the whatever we have done, everything will be assigned. So individual parameters also can be configured. Okay. So this is like a one type of engineering activity when you want to create a multiple points. Similar way, I am configuring one point copy, and I'm not sure I can copy into the Excel. Let me try. Okay, it is pasted here. So this is a point name, which we are trying to copy paste there. So it is copy pasted here. Now we can copy this and do mini copy paste, and we can change the name, or we can change any name demo. Okay, like a demo. Okay, and we can delete this whatever we already copy pasted that point, else you will get the error. Now you can copy and paste into the quick builder. Now I don't want to copy paste all, so I'm selecting the all property name, and I'm selecting the only three, three parameters copy. Okay, select here, paste. this already exist. Maybe let me. Okay, it is pasted here successfully. So again, we can do all the configuration. So this is how we can copy paste when we need a more points. Okay, during engineering activity by using quick builder. Okay, this is what it is explaining. So once we done copy paste, we can download it. Okay, during downloading we have option like automatically download deletion. So when you deleted some point, so that will be downloaded when we check this box. So these are some different option during download. We can check it. So I have selected this and I can download. So I have selected the deleted option. So that's why it's taking long time. Okay, it's taking long time. By mistake, I selected that delete option. So meanwhile, we can move to the PPT. So this is the option we can download it. So rebuild the scan means once it is downloaded, again it will be rebuilt the once if we create any new points, so this rebuild scan will be uh, it will rebuild the scan table. Okay, so these are the different options for downloading. So we can customize by using this column in quick builder. We can customize. Suppose if you want to this many options are available, you can add it and you can monitor. For example, this is the date downloaded date. Okay, we can see the points when it is downloaded. Okay, and we can filter via area code. Like area code means like asset. We can filter via asset. So these are we can filter only accumulator point or specific to this status point or anything we can, or we can selecting this area code or condition contains. So these are the option for if you have a more points, then you can use this filter option. Okay, in left side bottom we have option to view the SCADA controller asset and other configuration. Okay, in quick builder we have a two important thing is that what happened here. Okay, it's failed due to that. Okay, this is how we can download it. Okay, now so when we need to establish the communication to the third party. Okay, first we need to create a channel which is like a physical layer of the third party communication. Before that, when I at first initially when we install the server, okay, we don't have a this many options will not visible in the right side. So we have to go to this tools, select component manager, and we can select what are the controllers, third party controllers, and what are the options we need. We can select it from here. Click OK. Then only it will be visible here. Okay. Then if you want to establish any third party communication, then first we need to create a channel. Okay, channel. So here we have all the channels are listed here, supported channels. So for example, if I want to establish the communication to the control H PLC, then I can drag and drop here. Once I drag and drop, okay, I can assign the asset. So asset will be asset needs to be configured for all the main, most of the configuration places. Okay, so I can assign the asset and I can save this. So this is already I have created one of the channel. So I have assigned the asset and I have saved here. Now create a channel. Okay, go to channel and select the controller which we need. I am going to select the controller PLC. Okay, select here and provide the name and description. Select the asset. Okay, and the channel which we created there, we need to select it. Okay, then once channel is created, okay, here we can if you click view integration or something, it will display here the server. If communication is established to the control PLC, then we can see the server name here, like a PLC name of the control PLC. So this all are like a integration part, which we will see later. So from here we can import the points from the control PLC to here. Okay, so this is a procedure. Controller can be created. Once controllers are created, then we can go to the point. Okay, we can create the point and we can uh, assign the asset. Okay, the PV source address. So here we can select the controller and which controller. Okay, here suppose if we have a address, we can provide the address here. For Modbus we can provide the address. Okay, so this is for when we want to establish the third party communication. So these all are the important things which we need to take care. Create a channel, create a controller, assign the controller to the particular channel, and go to points, create a point. So in point we can support these all are the types of point we can create: access point, accumulator, okay, analog point. So these are the different types of points. These points will be assigned to the particular controller. Okay, so once these points are assigned, this can be uh, establish the communication to the station. Okay, maybe I will show you one of the controller. Where is this? Already I have established the communication for one of the controller PLC. It's not able to load. Sorry, let me launch again. Excuse me. So this is already reading the value. So when we establishing the third party communication, we need to ensure that channel and controller are enabled. Okay. So this is the controller. Okay. It should be enabled. By default, it will be disabled. So it should be enabled. Okay. This is like a channel, I think. So this is also disabled by default. We have to enable this. Then only the data will be routed to the uh, our Experian LX. Okay, so these all are about third party communication. Okay. DSA and like a third party integration, like a control PLC integration, we'll see briefly after this history and report. Okay, so let me explain about the quickly we'll go through the history. Experian LX supports four types of history, like a standard, a fast, and a extended exception. Okay, standard will be having some standard means like it is having some uh, collection duration, sample collection duration will be different for the fast and standard. Okay, it is talking about history archive. So these are the four types of history collection. Okay, so in this exception history stores the string value. It cannot be trended, but it will be able to give a string history data to the HT and ODBC client. It only stores values when the value or quality of the source item changes. It will not save always, only it is changing, then it will save. Okay, so this is the exception history. Experience history now supports more data, string double time. Okay, multiple history dates or offsets are available. In Quick Builder, if we have a point, then we can select this type of history here. Let me show you here. This is a Quick Builder point. Okay, here we have a like a history. So this particular tag name, you can enter the PV. Okay, these are the different history option. You can enable fast. So if you enable fast means like a, it will, these all are the sample collection every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, and when you enable the standard, so this will be like a 5, 10, not here. 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes. This is the standard sample collection. Okay, extended is, I am not sure about the extended. It will be like a continuous collection, I think. Okay, so this from the point, each and every point we can enable the history if required. Okay, and these are other types of history which is supported. Similar way, we can see from the station. So these all are the different tabs: fast history, standard history, extended history, okay, exception history, and if for history collection we can provide the offsets. Okay, if you select the fast history, we can add the tag name here, and we can select the parameter. It can be applicable for like a, kick filter points and the controller C300 controller points, and we can select here what sample, what, how much, how many, after how many intervals we can collect one sample, every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds. So for fast history, these are all the options available. Similar way, we can go for a standard history. Extended history will be like a continuous collection. We will see in the PPT what is that. So here we have something getting configuration. Okay, so the same parameter we can configure here. Okay, real test and PV. So what will happen when history no need to collect when the value is 0. So that is what a gating option. Okay, suppose if you don't want to collect for this particular value when it is a high value or it's a 0, it's a negative value, you don't need a historization for this particular tag. So you can provide that particular value here, KPV. So when it is crossing minus less than 0, then it will not collect, or if it is equal and 0, then it will not collect the history. So for the purpose, we are having like a gating option. These are the types of history. We will see quickly in the PPT. So these are the fast history. This many sample duration for sample collection, interval for a sample collection, standard. Okay, average based on the standard history rates. So based on the standard history, average also will be calculated. Okay, based on this every 6 minutes, 60 minutes. These are the time interval. Extended is for like a 1 hour, every 1 hour or 8 hour, 24 hours. Okay, exception as this many seconds. Okay, this all are about the history collection. Okay, we can see from here fast history collection. We can change optionally like a 1 second to 5 second minimum. Okay, additionally, you can configure if you want to configure any other. Suppose after 30 seconds, if you want to configure 45, okay, 50 or every 55 seconds, so we can configure additionally. Okay, this is talking about maximum 8 collection rates can be defined. Similar way for a standard also. Okay, offset, there is something called offset group. So this, if we configure this offset group, then the history collection will be delayed after this many seconds, then only to do the history collection. So to avoid the impact of the server, so the offset group specifies a predefined delay the data collection by the specified time, reduces the impact of the history collection process on the performance of the control system. Offset groups can be used only in the standard and exception history. Okay, we have 16 offset groups are available. This offset will be used only for standard and exception history. Offset group is configured in the station. So once we launch a history, will be last tab is the offset. So this many offset can be configured. So this is the gating option. So this is like this parameter when value is zero, we no need to collect history. That's what it's mentioned. So this is talking about when we can establish the history to the PhD. Okay, same type of collection like a past, standard, and extended. Okay, we can provide the PhD collection. So this is the method. I'm not sure about how to do PhD collection. So this is the commands for history listed in the below. Okay, this is a command we can use for collecting the history for the PhD. Okay, so this is all about the history collection, and there is something called history archive. The history archive is nothing but in servers. If you have a history collection, what will happen over a period of time when history is sorry when there's a over a period of time the new data will be replaced with the older history. So we have a chances of missing the older data. So to avoid this, what we can do, we can archive the history, which means like we can copy and paste the history data into the different location. So for future purpose. So that is called history archive. Okay. So by default, the history archive will be done in this path. Program data, Honeywell Experience PKS server data and archive, but it can be changeable. Okay, there is an option for providing the customized data path. We can change the path here. So the history archive will go to the particular path. Excuse. So when once the history collection is done, so what action we can then? We can retain the data or move to the different location or delete it. So these all are the option we can after history archive we can do it. So this is the history archive. When we do history archive, this is the data format which will be saved. Year, month, date, hour, minutes, and this format only it will saved. Let me show you in the server. Okay, these are the history archive configuration. Like suppose so I have shown, I have told like some database size, not database size, hard disk size. So when your hard disk size is falling below this setting, by default it is 100 MB. You can change as per your convenient. Okay, for example, 10 GB size. If your hard disk size is falling below 10 GB, then it will be generate the alarm. We can specify the size here, then it will generate the alarm. So based on the alarm, we can configure we can take action like we can archive all, and after once the archive is done, what action can be done? Okay, move retain means it will be retained till the overlap, or it will move means so it will, we can configure at after this many days you can move this history to somewhere location, or a delete option. After this many days you can do the delete. So these all are the options for history archive. Okay, next we will move on to the report. So when we select any dummy report, we have a 12 different types of report options are available, like a alarm and event, alarm and a DSA event, alarm based on the alarm duration, or asset alarm count. Based on the asset, you can get the alarm count, a batch report, cross report. So these all are the reports can be configured here. Okay. So how to configure, like you can select here, can provide the name, select here, and you can provide the name alarm and whatever you can based on your convenient, and select what type of report it is. Okay, and you can enable report on request. Like if you request now, report will be generated. Similar way, we can configure like a enable periodic report. If you enable this and if you configure the start date, automatically it will be report will be generated, and this is the interval every day. I have configured for every day. Okay, this is a user account which is having high privilege, so you have to configure this user account. So now automatically this report will be generated like every day at this during the midnight. Okay, so this is the next report generation date it is showing. So manually also we can request. If I request, it will generate the report. I think hopefully no, there is no event will be there for generating the report. So I don't have any report to generate, but this is the format which will generate now. Okay, I'm going back. But the main thing is after select giving this, we need to configure this page also, like alarm event type. So all event type. Okay, all. Okay, this is a particular to that area one. And if you want to select any source, or if you want to do all source, then select provide a star here. Which means it'll under area one all the sources it will generate. So only description is high. So let me provide here all. Okay, events search for online. Okay, let me request again. I will see whether if anything we are getting or not. Yeah. So when I select all, I am getting the reports here. Okay. So these are we can generate the report, and a periodic report also the possible here. And we have a scripting here. Like once the report is generated, maybe you want to do some copy or email or something. We can by using the script, we can do perform some action. Okay. So we have a built reports. Here we can customize the report. Okay, provide the report name like a test one. Okay, you can drag and drop what and all you need, like any parameter history. Then it will ask for our parameter name. So parameter history for how many duration. Then you can provide the parameter name by browsing here. Okay, so like that we can configure, we can customize our report, and anything like alarm attribute, event summary. So when it is asking you 1 hour before the report request, okay, or if you want us to any specific time duration, okay, based on that you can select it and you can save it. So already I have some sample here. Let me open. So these are the sample report, and you can. So you have created a like a demo test or test one. So for generate this report again, we need to go back here, go to report, and like a demo, any report configuration. Go here. Okay, select a Honeywell. So there. Just a second. Okay, select the Experian report. Once you select the Experian report, then only it will be visible. Okay, for a customized report, we cannot enable the periodic. Okay, now go back here, and once you select here Honeywell, sorry, Experian report, then only this name will be listed out here. Demo or test one or whatever you need, but you can request here. So based on your configuration, the report will be generated. Okay, so these all are about the report history and report. Okay, and there is one more thing, like I have still three topics are pending. Let me play one video and distributed system architecture, how to configure. Okay, let me do. Okay, I am playing the video. Let me know if audio is not clear. It will take some time. I will forward if there is something not important.
It has servers assigned. For this lesson, imagine you have a manufacturing facility, and that manufacturing facility has 3 areas. Each of those areas has servers assigned to them. You can see here, Area 1 has a redundant server setup, Area 2 has a single server setup, and Area 3 also has a redundant server setup. Each of those areas also has controllers connected to the servers. Each of those areas also has operators, engineers, supervisors, and managers. Each of these areas brings in alarms, events, and data from the controllers into the servers. Distributed system architecture allows you to share that data between the 3 connected areas. In Experion, points are created using logic from controllers. Points are then assigned to assets in the server. Those assets are then assigned to the operators in your facility. This process determines the scope of responsibility for the operators. By assigning assets to operators, the operators can view data, control data, and acknowledge alarms from the points. DSA handles scope of responsibility 2 ways. Example 1. In each of the areas of your facility, you have servers, controllers, and personnel. You also have points that are derived from the controllers in these different areas. DSA can assign those points to a common asset model so that all areas use the same asset tree. All of the points are assigned to that common asset tree, and all of the assets are assigned to the operators. The benefit here is you only have to maintain one asset model for your entire facility. Example 2. In this example, we have the same servers, controllers, and personnel. We also have the points that were derived from the controllers. You would also have 3 separate asset trees, one for each area. The points would then be assigned to the asset tree of that area. The assets would then be assigned to the personnel in that area. The only data, alarms, and events that would be shared are those that have assets of the same name. In this example, only points assigned to asset D would be shared with the 3 areas. For demonstrating configuration, I have 2 areas. Each of those areas has their own server cluster. Area 1 has a redundant server pair, LX511A and B. Area 2 has a single server setup as SRV511LX. These servers can be seen here in VMware. Here are the redundant servers. Here is the single server setup SRV511LX shown in VMware as LXR511. Since I am joining the Area 2 servers into the Area 1 servers, I will start with the configuration in the Area 1 servers. I will then repeat the process going the other way. This can be done from LX511A or B. I have opened my configuration studio from LX511 server B. You will see here the only server in this system is the LX511 server pair. In Experion, a server pair is shown as one node in Configuration Studio. From the system level of Configuration Studio, I will select Add Server to this system. A dialog box will appear. This will be adding the Area 2 server to my Area 1 redundant server pair. Alias is an 8-character name that uniquely identifies the server in the system. I will just use the server name. Description: up to 24 characters of descriptive text. This text appears on detail and group displays to uniquely describe this block. Abbreviation: an abbreviated name to identify the server. Server external to system. If this field is checked, the server is a remote server. It will have its own asset database. Non-publishing server. If this field is checked, the server is non-publishable. This is typically used for servers like eServer. Node name. The name of the server node in the system. In the case of redundant server, however, enter the server name minus the last character, A or B. In this case, this is a non-redundant server, so I will put the full server name. Network type. Select the communication network on which the server resides, single FTE or dual. If I was DSAing an HS server to my LX server, I would use dual because HS servers cannot be fault-tolerant Ethernet. If the server is redundant, you would check the redundant box. This server is not redundant. I will explain backup control center count later when I add a redundant server. Server hosts the system-wide live event cache. If this field is checked, the server will host the system-wide live event cache. This is unchecked by default. The next 2 checkboxes are server publishes system-wide events and server subscribes to system-wide events. This is turned on by default. Select OK when completed. A dialog box will let you know a server has been added and that you must perform a load of the system. Select Yes to acknowledge the box and continue errors. If you skip this step, you will have an error on download. I will show you this. Select OK. You will see that the system for Area 2 has failed. The failed error says system name has changed. Repeat load with forced option. Select OK. I will now load system configuration to servers again. This time I will select the force load option. I will close out the log file. Select OK to close out the download dialog box. I will now navigate to Station for the rest of the configuration for distributed system architecture. From Station, I will ensure that I'm a manager security level. In Station, I will select Configure, System Hardware, Distributed Servers. Here you will see the new server that has been added. Select the new server. From the Configuration tab, you will see the Alarms and Data subscriptions. Here you can enable and disable alarms and data. Select Enable both alarms and data. Navigate to the Status tab. Here you will see the network link status to the new server. The data and notification status should be OK. Now we will repeat these steps, but we will be adding the Area 1 redundant servers to the Area 2 single server. I will select in VMware my Area 2 server. Here I have the Configuration Studio opened for the Area 2 server. You will see there is only one server configured. From the system level, we will select Add Server to this system. The dialog box will appear. As a reminder, we are adding the Area 1 servers to if backup control redundant servers. At the top of the at the same prevent the error. Select OK to close out the dialog box. I will now navigate to Station on System 2 to finish out the DSA configuration. From Station, ensure you're a manager. I will navigate to Configure, System Hardware, Distributed Servers. You will see the new server has been added. Select the server. From the Configuration tab, you will enable both alarm and data. I will now navigate to the Status tab. And from here, you will see my link status to both of my servers in System 1, both Server A and B, are showing a status of OK. I can also see that the data and notifications are both OK in status as well. This will conclude the configuration of distributed system architecture between Area 1 and Area 2. In my Experion configuration, I have an Area 1 and an Area 2. I also have the Area 1 and Area 2 servers. In Area 1, I have redundant servers LX511A and B. In Area 2, I have SRV511LX server. In my Area 1, I have a PLC. That PLC has a point assigned to it, A1 underscore PC1. That point is assigned to an asset called Area 1. Both systems have personnel. As demonstrated up to this point, Area 1 and Area 2 servers are DSA'd together. I will begin the usage demonstration with the Area 1 personnel assigned to the assets. The Area 2 personnel will not be assigned to the assets. Area 1 personnel will be able to detail the A1 underscore PC1 point, while Area 2 cannot. I will then assign the Area 2 personnel to the asset. This will allow the personnel in Area 2 to detail the point, acknowledge alarms, and see the events. You will see here that I am currently logged into the configuration studio of my Area 1 server. From here, I will go into my Quick Builder application. You will see a SCADA point A1 underscore PC1 built in this server. You will also see that it has been downloaded to the real-time database. I will navigate to station connected to this server. I will show you that my operator station in Area 1 is assigned to the asset Area 1. To do this, I would go to Configure, System Hardware, Flex Stations, select my connected station, go to Assignment, and you will see here the Area 1 asset has been assigned to my operator. I will now connect as an operator. As an operator, I will detail the point A1 underscore PC1 and hit F12 to detail. You will see here, as an operator in Area 1, I can detail the point, and I will show you that I have full control of this point. Remember, this operator is connected to the same server as the controller that the point is being detailed from. You will see I can change the output value. I can change the mode, change the set point, and force a PV. You'll see I have a PV high alarm. I can acknowledge the alarm. But this is to be expected from an operator who's connected to the same system as the controller. Now I will switch over to my Area 2 server. This is not the server where the point originates. I will attempt to detail the point even though the asset has not been assigned to this operator. You will see a message, asset not assigned to operator or station. I will now promote myself to a manager to change the configuration. You will see I'm now a manager. Because my Area 2 server is DSA to my Area 1 server, I can assign the asset to my Area 2 operator. You will see I go to my Assignment tab, and I can assign assets to points that are outside of the server. I assigned Area 1 asset to my Area 2 operator. I will now switch back to operator. Now I will detail the point from this station. I type in the name of the point and select F12. Here you will see the Area 2 operator can view the point, and I will now show you that I can control the point. I will drop the PV out of alarm. I will put the PV back into alarm to show you that this operator can also acknowledge alarms. The alarm has been acknowledged. I will now navigate to the event table to show you the events that have been recorded. Select View, Events, Event Summary. The Area 2 server will record events and exchange those events with the Area 1 server. The Area 2 operator can also access the alarm page to see all alarms of the system over DSA. This is configurable. These alarms can be used on the alarm tracker. The last thing I will show you is configuring an alarm and event report over DSA. Select View, Reports. Select a report number to build your report.
So reports we already saw. That's why I have stopped at that point. So we understand about how to do DSA configuration from the video. Okay, let me see what is pending for this today's session. Let me quickly go through. Okay, let me quickly go through here like in 10 minutes. Then we will see the questions if you have any from the chat window. Okay, station. Okay, this topic is about that uh, alarm and events, alarm and event notification. Okay, so we here in any Experian station, like we have three types of data, alarm collection, message collection. Okay, event collections are there. Like a similar way here, alarm, and we can see the messages, and we can see the events. Sorry. So these all areas we have an option like we can filter wise date, date wise we can filter it. Okay, yesterday is last Saturday, something like that. So we have many options, or we can custom filter we can do by using the selection by selecting that location tag or source tag. So these all are the options available in the station. The same options will be available for like alarms and messages also. And we can do sorting, like we can do sorting like we here sorting by ascending or sorting by descending. So these all are the options available in the station. Okay, for all three messages. And so we are seeing here like some messages like alarms and color indication is there. No, there are sometime okay. Um, we have some limitation for the number of alarms in the alarm panel. So after some limitation, it will give message like a overflow. Okay. So during the time we need to do take some action, like operator has to take some action that he need to acknowledge the alarm, or so we need to go through the alarm or why this many alarms are raised. So you have to take some action, necessary action during this time. Okay. Um, so as we saw, like already, we can filter with the location tag. So just I'm going through the PPT, which are all important. I'm just explaining. Okay, filtering, sorting are there. Okay, next is like we can see all the pan here. Okay, what is this? This is like a view configuration panel pan. Okay, suppose you are doing some filter here, like based on the custom filter or something. Okay, I am selecting filter only based on the some particular area. Okay, filter one. So Based on this filter one asset name, I am doing the filter. What happened? Okay, I have filtered the alarms based on the asset, filter one asset. So don't confuse, this is the asset name. Okay, area under area one, it is as one of the utility name filter one. So based by selecting the asset, I have filtered. Now, uh, this uh, this activity I need to perform every time. Like I need to filter by using this asset name every 1 hour or half an hour frequently, and I need to do not only this. So any like a 4 or 5 asset names, if I want to do it. So what I can do, I can select this filter, and I can go here, not here. So I can save this by providing the name like a filter one asset. Okay, I can save this and assign view to the location. Okay, so now what will happen? This name will be saved here. Okay, so here I can select this whenever I want to filter this kind of by based on this asset, and I want to do like check some datas, then I can go and do here like a, so like this I can make a mini filter and I can save it. So I can go and access here always whenever I need. Okay, so this is the one option available in the one feature available in the station. So next, so location pan, I think everybody know. Based on the location pan, we can filter our based on the asset name or network name, any device name. We can filter the alarms. Okay, and the events based on this option. And whereas so status pan is disabled. Okay, so by selecting any alarm, by selecting this option detailed view, okay, we can see particular alarm, more details about the particular alarm, the alarm, how many times the count has occurred, what is the current status, so which what is server name. Okay, so by selecting this option, we can see what are the more details about the particular alarm. Okay, what is this? Okay, so column organizer. Okay, we can organize the columns here by selecting this option, and we can export. So we have option by selecting our total alarms. We can, by selecting this option, we can export to CSV format. Okay, similarly, we can do printout, and we can see the print view before taking the printout. So these all are the options available in the station for filtering and say view config. So all these options are available in the station. This will be applicable for all like alarm and events messages and event summary. Okay, so let me quickly go through the PPT. Still we have a limited time. Okay, these are the three different options. Okay, so when it is a overflow, then we'll get this message. So we have to take a necessary action item. Okay, filtering and sorting based on the date and time, based on the ascending order, descending order. Okay, and this is what we see here. Like this is a filtering and sorting location tag, and we can based on the priority we can filter it. So column heading we can filter it. based on the date and time we can filter. Customize we saw there is an option for customizing the customized icons, so we can customize it. Okay, this is like a sole location pan. By selecting this location pan, we can filter out based on the asset or devices. So based on our option, so we can enable the tooltip by going here in station configure system hardware server wide settings summary display. We can enable the tooltip. So by whenever we are moving here, it will show the tooltip and it will show the how many alarms are there, critical, urgent, high, low. This will be visible. So this is the detailed display. Here we can see the count for particular alarms. Okay, we can see the column organizer. This is what we saw like a so configuration panel. By filtering and we can save that option. Can export to. Okay, this is the persistence of the summary display. So this can be done like a server wide settings summary display. There will be option like a persistence of the summary and summary display, and there will be one more option. So these are two option. What will happen? I have already done the filter by using this asset name. Now I am going back. So when I come back to the alarm, it will remove all the filter whatever I have done, and it will show the normal settings. But if you want to, so what was the last configuration? Like if you filtered with the one any one asset, and if you go back somewhere, and if you want to come back the alarm, so it will be uh, it will be showing in the same configuration which you done last. So for that purpose, we have option like a server wide settings. See enable persistence on the summary display, enable layout. So if I enable this previously, what we saw like a once you do filter, it'll go back and come. It will not will be stayed in the same option. But now I am doing filter with okay. Now it is filtered. Now I am going back and again come back to the station. It will be maintained in the same option what I filtered in the last time. Similar way, we have one more option like a layout. So this is the layout. I have enabled the alarm details. I have selected this alarm. Now I am going back, and when I come back again, it will be displayed the same option which we moved the layout. Same layout it will be displayed. Okay, so this is those two option is explaining. Enable content persistence on the summary display. Enable layout persistence on the summary display. Okay, so we have a control HPLC integration and the Experian operator. Maybe I will take a 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, operator already completed. So only one topic is pending like a control HPLC. Let me quickly go through the PPT and we will see it in tomorrow. Like a demo how to do it. So how to integrate the control HPLC through the uh, Experian LX. So this is a control H builder. Okay. So once a controller is available in the network, we can scan and we can connect to the controller. So we can provide the password here. And Once we connect, these are like a Ethernet one. We can assign the uh, IP. So this hardware part we will see tomorrow detailedly, because the same hardware will be available applicable for the UOC UOC configuration with the Experian LX. So the same hardware, how it will be looks, we'll see tomorrow. So how to integrate, let me explain quickly. So once we done the programming in the control H PLC, okay, we have an option here like a, uh, okay, let me show in the server. I'm just connecting to the server controller. So it is scanning the network and it will provide the available controller in the network. So this is my controller. So this is a password protected for cyber security reason. When you want someone else to connect, it should provide the password. So now already connected. I don't know what configuration was loaded. I'm just uploading the project from the controller. Okay, the project is uploaded from the controller. Okay, this is like a um, where we can do all the programs. So these are all the option for programming. Okay, we no need to check here. So once we done all the programs, we can create a we during program we will create the all tags. So now once everything is done from the control HPLC, we have option for publish to the Experience server. So once you click this, I am providing the controller's Experience server name like a Experience. So this is my server name. So server A is the primary. I am providing the common name. Okay, use the Windows client and publish. So publish to the server A, because the server is the primary. Automatically will detect the server primary server. So now we have pushed all the points or tags to the Experience server. So when we go to Experience server control builder, sorry, quick builder, here we have to create a channel for control HPLC by using this. Okay, here no configuration. Only here we have to go to control HPLC. Okay, we have to drag and drop this controller, and we have to assign the asset. So this is assign the channel, and here automatically it will detect the controller name when communication is established. When we click a view integration, let me show you what will happen. When you click a view integration, so this is for publishing the. So all the points from the whatever from the control H builder, it will be uploaded here like this. So from here we have option. These are the points we need to create it or ignore it or generate it. Okay, so if you select the generate option, it will generate. Then if you click the, I'm not sure what is the name here, commitment or something. Okay, when we click this option, click generate points. Okay, when we click the generate points, then automatically these points will be created in the Where is the server? Okay, when we click a create integration, those points will be uploaded as we saw in the PPT. Then from the points, we can select which all are the points need to generate. If do it now, it will take a long time. Okay, that's why I'm not doing it. Then generate based on the point we can. So once we generate and click the generate option from the bottom, those points will be created here. Okay, then we can download it and we can, if you want to create any alarm or history by selecting the required option, and we can download to the uh, quick builder database. Then that will be browsed to the HMI. Okay, so these all are like uh, this is the way how to integrate the control HPLC to the uh, Experian LX. Maybe we will see detailed tomorrow. Okay, let me go through the, if there is any query, let me go through it. The SA assistant. Okay, just a second. Let me share the. Okay, for any queries in future, you can reach out to SI Assist team. Okay, I am typing my email ID also. You can reach out to me if I am free and if I am able to answer your query. Let me answer. Or you can reach out to any query SI Assist team. Okay, this is my email ID. You can reach out any one of this, or you can copy both of this. Okay, to for your queries. Okay, and let me see. So this is the SI system contact. I will be sharing. Uh, okay, a recorded session can be possible. So I am requesting one more thing, like if I want to share the PPT or a recorded video session, please do the enrollment in the this link, like a digital university link, because we will be getting email IDs from the DU registration link, and for those email IDs only I'm able to share the content. Or if people joined in this meeting with a email address, then I can share to them. So it will be so it is recommended that please do enrollment in this course. Okay, for getting the, because we will be adding content and videos in this digital university only in future. So from there only people can download it. Yes, we will be having tomorrow also 4 hour session. It's a 2 day session, 4 hours for today and tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I'm not able to understand after fetching data from one device via Modbus, which means one is acting as a Modbus, device is Modbus master, a device is a Modbus client, and how to send other device to the Modbus. So again, you have to do another configure, like this should be as a Modbus client for another Modbus master. So for Modbus will communicate via master slave communication. So master will request and the client will send the data to the Modbus master. So once Modbus master received, maybe this can be configured to the other Modbus device can for a Modbus. So the master. So this can be act as a client, and here it will act as a master. So it will request that particular data. So whatever I know, I have shared the information, but maybe you can check with other expert also. So Honeywell might be recommending like a Cisco switch. Okay, maybe I can check it and come back model number also. So this we need to discuss with your like a sales team only. So I think I have answered all the queries. So people have any other queries? Okay, difference between static and rotary station. Okay, so 739. So static means like a, okay, I am an operator. Okay, I want to continuously monitor the station operation by using the HMI. Okay, so I am launching this HMI, and from here I am monitoring the process continuously. So this will not disconnect, and this station will be always, it will be open. Okay, so if you for that purpose you have to use static connection. Okay, so static connection means you have to use the particular number 17. Before that, you have to create the static. Okay, in station already I have created for a station 17 static. I have drag and drop this static configuration, and I have created and downloaded this static configuration. So when I launch this station, it is, and I am providing this configuration, right? So when I try to connect this, it will connect via this station number 17. Okay, this station number 17. We can see from the station. So in 17, I have connected. You can see the green color. So when you configure a static station, it will never disconnect. Okay, it is a permanent connection unless until if you are closing from exiting the station, it will disconnect, and this station will be dedicated to only for this particular station. Okay, nobody can connect you by use this 17 number unless until if they have same configuration. But whereas a rotary, it is like if you have a 3 flex station, and if you are configuring a one rotary, um, which is rotary here, so 15th is a rotary connection. Okay, if we have a 3 server, and 3 server will be using one rotary connection, means so I am, when I am trying to launch here one, this is a rotary connection. When I'm trying to connect a rotary connection, if you see here now the connection will be routed through a different path. So now 17 is disconnected because I have removed the static and I have connected via rotary. So it is connected in the 11th number. Okay. So I have already created one rotary station and downloaded. Suppose if I remove all the configuration and I have created only one rotary station. So there is only one rotary station available in the configuration. So when I launch this station via rotary communication, it will connect here. Similar way, there is another Plex station. The people is launching to connect via rotary station. It will not connect because already I occupied this path. Okay. So this is called a shared license. By using one rotary connection, many people can connect. Whoever connecting the first, the connection will be established. The second people has to wait till the another first people to disconnect. If I disconnect now, okay, now I am starting the static option. Now I disconnected the rotary option and I connected to a rotary static station. So now the rotary license will be free. So now the lottery license will be free. So the another person can connect. So when you no need to have a permanent connection here, like engine, when you want to do engineering activity, okay, the activity will be done like a monthly once or weekly once. Okay, you will be connecting this. You will be launching the station. Okay, so only you will be using for half an hour to 1 hour. After that, this will be free. So in that cases, we can create a one rotary station and which can be used commonly for a 3 to 4 station where the people can access different timings and a different purpose. So they can use only one license. Different people can connect with the different times. This is called a shared license. Okay. Static will be like a permanently it will be connected and always it will be used like a operator station, whereas a rotary will be like a very rarely will be used weekly once or monthly once to take some perform some activity, and once it is launched it will be disconnected after a few after some duration, after 1 hour or half an hour, or it will be automatically disconnected. So another people can connect when they're launching. I hope this will be clear. So we have operator based security named as a ABCD. How can get the operator A changes the set point in the, yeah, see operator A. What is the operator based security? Like a okay. So operator based security means like an operator username has to be created here, and we have to assign the asset for the particular operator can. Sorry, I'm doing wrong. Select this operator and the area one asset to be you can assign here, or you can assign all the assets if you want to see all the areas. Okay, when the operator is entering to the shift, he has to log in with his name. Okay, so Ramesh is the operator privilege, and so now it is entered with the Ramesh name, and if he do some action, so it will be captured with the operator name. Okay, let me see event. Somewhere it custom filter. Okay, where we can free it with the. So it will be recorded with the top particular operator name. Let me show you. Previously, we have seen that selected, or I don't have custom operate custom filter. So here it will be recorded with either operator name or station, which is which station it is performed. Station failure, station online. Okay, it will be recorded in the based on the which operator is performing the action. Okay, it will be recorded somewhere. Let me show in the PPT. Just a second. I'm checking the PPT. There is one screenshot available. Yeah, I got it. See, when particular operator is doing, see, this is the operator based security. When the particular operator log in and if he is doing some activity, it will be captured with his name. So this is the example of station based security. So some action is performed in the station based security law. So this will capture the station name. Okay. Hope this is clear. Okay. I'm not sure about the license. This we need to check with like a sales team only. Okay. If no other queries, maybe we can stop today and we will start continue the same time like today. We'll start. We'll meet at tomorrow same time. Okay. If there are any other queries. Okay, if no queries, then we will meet tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all.
Hello. So,
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
sir, can we also get some points from design software also?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sir, actually, I have a query with the another software for the Honeywell.
Okay.
It's a
Oh,
design software.
okay.
So,
What is
can
the
we? Uh, actually, I have a
no
Modbus
design
issue
software
when
means
I'm
like a,
trying to
what is the software name,
design software. Sir.
which means HC900.
Yes, sir. Actually, actually,
Okay, okay. Yeah. So what
for
is the
safety
query?
system, sir.
No, can you complete your question? Sorry, I didn't get completely. Can you repeat your question?
Actually, sir, I have a issue with the Modbus connection with the
Okay.
PLC to PLC connection in a design software. I have
Mm,
configured everything. It's in software also, but I
mm.
didn't get the data from one PLC to another PLC.
Okay. So one PLC to another PLC means like which PLC you are using?
It's a C75, sir.
Okay. Mm, so yeah, we have never tried this type of scenario. Maybe we have expert in HC900 team. Okay, let me check. If you send me a exact query, like a what PLC to what you are trying to connect, and which is master and which is slave. Maybe I can check with my expert team here with HC900 team. Okay.
Okay, sir. Or any other, sir, if you have any reference videos and also can we get from your side, sir?
Uh, but your case is like a very, it's like a very difficult. Uh, okay, let me check it. If anything is available, I will share. And you can reach out to me or you can reach out SA assistant team also for more help. Okay, if you're stuck with anything. Okay, we will get the expert. We will get the details from the expert, and we will provide you whatever is possible. We can provide you solution.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other?
Hello. No, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can send me
Yes,
the
sir.
mail. You can send me the mail to me and SAS team. We will check it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Sir, I am taking one device data through Modbus on Experian, right?
okay.
And I have to send same data on another device. Then how how we can do this?
No, that's what like so you are reading some data from the one of the devices. So during that time, you might be using the controller, sorry, quick builder, SCADA communication. Is it correct?
Uh,
By
no, sir.
using SCADA
We are
communication,
taking on experience directly experience server.
directly experience server.
Yes.
Okay. How you are doing it?
Same like as you told today, na? Same like we are doing the same.
Okay. So that's what like a quick builder. You are SCADA communication. You are reading the data. Okay. So in this case, Experian is acting as a master and your device is acting as a slave. Okay. But a similar way,
Okay.
okay, a similar way, if you want to send to the another device,
Mhm.
so you have to configure Experian as a Modbus slave. Okay, you can go to
Okay.
the like there will be some might be control function blocks will be available. Maybe I will check it. Okay,
Okay.
in the function blocks you can configure the as a slave, and from there you can read to the master
Okay.
another devices. Okay,
Okay.
so in the function block you have to read the values from the which you read from the devices.
Okay.
Those
Can you
value
tell
again
me?
you have to
Can you tell me the block name?
uh, even these blocks I have seen in the control HPLC, but let me check with the people that's really available in the C300 or not. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
tomorrow you'll be joining, right? I will check with people and I will
Okay.
get
Okay.
back to you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. If you have no other queries, then we can wind up. Already we have exceeded for half an hour. Thank you. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow, same time again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.